Alright, I'm gonna work a little bit on this. This is a FMC PG-210 Bush hog. Mark got it for me. I've had it several years. I've had this mower. It's been a really good mower. Really has. I put new blades on it. And I think that's all I've had. Well, I have went through the center gearbox. I went through it, and this bush hog did have a slip clutch. Had to think of what it was. It did have a slip clutch on it. But I took the slip clutch off because it was doing a good bit of slipping, and I just put it in it. I actually like it better not having a slip clutch on it. I know people say you need to have a slip clutch on a bush hog, but in my opinion, it ain't the end of the world, because that slip clutch will slip, because that's what it's supposed to do. Excuse me. I have been fighting some bronchitis as well, I believe, but like I said, the slip clutch is there to slip, but it also can hinder you once it gets wore out. And I have got it tore apart, and planning possibly to fix it, but I hadn't made my mind up yet. So I found the parts for it, and this ain't the easiest machine in the world to find parts for. So but anyway, I was bush hogging last time. I was bush hogging out in the field on this, and I happened to look back. When I looked back, I noticed that the shaft was wobbling a good bit, so I got off and found out that it was the bearing was gone and the seal was gone out of it. So I brought it home, parked it here, started working on it, got to work on the thing, and finally got the piece off, which is this, which goes here in between. That took sort of an act of Congress to get that off, but I got that off. And so I started doing some searching, which I think I'd already been doing some searching for parts for the thing, but that has not been an easy deal. I searched and searched, and finally it actually got to the point where I'd given up. Told my wife, I'm just gonna buy a new bush hog. I've got another one sitting out here, but it's missing the gearbox and the stump jumper and the blades on it. And well, we're supposed to see him in another one. It's very similar to it, just a smaller size. It had, I think, the same gearboxes on it. I'm guessing he's gonna send that to me, but never has. And I was gonna build it, but and then I sort of looked at, I'm doing some sharing. I looked that bush hog up, because it is a Pittsburgh bush hog, and I can't even find. It says the model's a 290, but I can't even find a 290 on the website, on the internet. So I don't know about it at all. So I kept searching. Like I said, I finally started looking to see what kind of pricing. Of course, bush hog, especially bush hogs this size, and that's what I was going to get, something this size. And I decided I was going to get me a 3-point hitch one instead of a regular pull behind type bush hog. And I'd found one, $3,900. But luckily, I have a little bit of money saved up where I could get that and not be strapped. So anyway, I sort of decided on that a couple of hours from me, the one I had found, and decided I'd probably go get it sometime, and even thought about probably going a week would be before we went and got it, because it is election day coming up here on Tuesday. I'd take election day, I'd be off from work, go election day and pick it up. if the place is gonna be open. Anyway, I happened to do another search. Search something different this time in my search, and I actually come across a blog, whatever you want to call it, that talked about these mowers and where you could find. I even looked up the brand of gearbox. This is a Warner gearbox. I even looked up Warner gearboxes and really couldn't find no parts for it. So I happened to look on these vlogs, and it started talking about a place in Louisiana that actually specialized in FMC parts, Sidewinder parts. So I called the guy, and he said, oh yeah. And he actually could almost name off the parts and the part numbers. So I got a hold of him. He wanted me to send him pictures. I sent him some pictures of it. He said, yep, I know exactly what you need. So I got in touch with him the next day and got the parts ordered. So hopefully these parts are coming back. There's a seal and there's a bearing in here as well. And I got to take this cap off. That's what I've been took 8 bolts out of the cap here. And I got to pull this cap off, and I'm gonna have it off. Hopefully the parts will be in. It'd be nice if the parts were in tomorrow, come in Monday, so that Tuesday I could possibly put this thing back together since I'm off. But just whenever these come in, then I can put this thing, I'll take this off, put it inside my shop, and that way I can go ahead, because I think the bearing goes on this, in this itself, and then I can put it all together and get this thing back together and get back to bush hogging. So, but anyway, so that's what I'm working on, trying to get that there going. Like I said, finally got able to find the parts for it. I think the place was called Hercules Parts, out of, it was in Louisiana, I believe. It's Midden, Louisiana, I want to say. But anyway, if you've watched this video and you've got an FMC and need some parts for it, like I said, look up Hercules Service Parts or something of that nature, like I said, in Louisiana. The guy was real knowledgeable about his parts and his stuff. So like I said, hopefully whenever the parts comes in, we can get this thing fixed and going, so I can get back to doing some bush hogging. So this thing was a little bit of a bugger. I said, trying to get this off of here, little wishbone looking piece. These bolts that go in here actually were a little bit of a booger to get out, because they had never been out before. So took a little bit of coercing and beating, but I got them. See, finally got them where they do it. There's the whole situation right there. Bearing slap gone. Pull all that apart, fix that bearing and all that. That lovely deal there. So, bearing goes in there like that. Bearing slap gone. So, glad I ordered the bearing for certain. Glad I ordered that. Anyway, there's that whole part there. Well, folks, I'm back working on this mower. As you can tell, I actually got the gearbox back together. I got my parts in. I ended up having to take the shaft, the whole assembly. I had to take it to work. Had to take the plasma cutter. The bearing race pretty much froze up to the shaft on the inside, so I had to take the plasma cutter, Tried heating it up and getting it to come off with heat. That did not work whatsoever. Did a little YouTubing on it, see what might be my best method. Cold chisel wouldn't work, and I ended up thinking, I got a plasma cutter. So I stuck the plasma cutter on it, and it worked perfectly. Was able to cut that race off and got that done. So got it off, got the new bearing put on, got it back in the cap here, and got it stuck in. I actually put this together, I think it was Wednesday, maybe Wednesday evening. I threw this on here real quick because of course that tropical storm came in, and it came on Thursday. Yeah, it came on Thursday, so I wanted to get that. I wanted to get this back on, even though I had that cover, the shield on here. I wanted to get this back on to get it watertight. So got that back in there. Got the seal on it. So we're good to go, I think, or I hope we are. So I got some gear oil. I'm gonna put some gear oil in here. I did pack the bearings, might not have supposed to, but I went ahead and packed the bearings because I wanted to be better safe and sorry when it come to doing this. So I went ahead and I packed the bearings. A little extra protection, I say. You can't ever hurt. So I went ahead and packed those suckers, and I'll fill this up with some good gear oil here, and get this thing back to bush hogging. So hopefully, I'm glad I found the parts. I sent the guy a text message to see if he had sent them, and he had, and I actually received them the next day, so which was good. So I can get that. There we go. Plug off. These things filled up. Didn't do much. Took the whole thing. And using out. Oh man. Don't have any leaks, which is good. We're good to go on that. Gonna work on getting this back together now. Myself a little bit of spray here. Lube this down a little bit. And it's difficult to get on. Put this back on. There. Now, put the wishbone looking apparatus here back on. Have to spin this a little bit. Maybe I can do something different. have to have a bolt to go right here, so I'm gonna have to get my bolt real quick, slide it in there. Put a grade 8 bolt through here. And it has a bolt on it that sits in there. Juice on it. Almost looks like the threads might be messed up. I might have to get me a new bolt put on that. It does look like the threads are boogered. Not too bad. Just couldn't get it started. Stone on it. Being a pain in the booty, but I got it. On that, so I'll have to take it back off because I got just leave the bolt in for right now. I got to be able to put the nuts on there. All right, let's see here. Get these slid back out. These 3 little discs here, sort of a pain. I don't know what they're made out of, but they hold tight. Believe you me, they hold, and hold very well. So I'm going to get me a hammer. There we go. A little bit of a dabble, like I said, to get on. Gear wrenches here. That can give out on me. They ain't, you don't gear too much anymore. Let's get me a nut on there so it don't pull out. Takes castle nuts on all these. That castle nut on it. I'll go through and put all in there. A lot of these are missing cotter pins that goes on them. I'll go through and put all new cotter pins and all on them and get that fixed up decent. I hate doing that. I don't want to booger my nut up, my bolt up. Aggravate. Ain't really got no other way to do it though. Finally got all the bolts pushed through now, so let's see if I can get these buggers tightened up. See, I gotta line my hole up, put a cotter pin in here. I gotta find my hole. And there she is, right there. It should be pretty good shape. I got extra parts. I did buy an extra seal, a bearing, just in case the other one goes out or have issues sometime. I got an extra. There we go, man. Which is good. Always good to have extra. Well, as you can tell, it is dark 30. But I am finally finished with the bush hog. Thank the Lord. Got the shield on, got both gearboxes, or all three gearboxes, are topped off with gear oil. And I got all the bolts, and as you can see there, new pins, new cotter pins in there and everything. So finally got this project wrapped up. So hopefully that bearing and everything's gonna work for a long time now. Hopefully the other won't go out for a while, but if it does, I know what to do, and shouldn't take as long doing it, because I've been able to taking that one apart and replaced it, so I know what to do now. So, but anyway, this project is finally complete, and I can get back to doing some bush hogging. So this is taking, gosh, 3-4 days now to complete. So but anyway, at least it's done. Of course, I had to tear it apart, find the parts, do all that kind of stuff, and then be able to put it back together. And of course, I didn't have hours at the time to be able to work on it whenever I was. So, but anyway, it's done now, and I can go back to doing some bush hogging. Got some fields I'm gonna work on here when Thanksgiving break rolls around here in about a week, and get some bush hogging done. So appreciate everybody watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you in the next one. God bless each and every one of you.